Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah from Texas, and this is our place to chat the non-celebrity news because there's really nothing going on but P. Diddy, and I ain't touching him. Like I've said, I ain't touching him physically or doing stories about him. Blech. Anyway, reality TV, which did I watch anything last night? I don't think I did. I am trying to go to bed a little bit early when I get the chance, but I don't think I went to bed too early last night. But now I'm like, what did we do? Oh, I cooked. A crock pot. Anyways, hope you're having an amazing day. Happy hump day on this day that we need to chat now about yesterday's Jeff Lewis Live because the app messed up and I didn't get to listen to it. And it was so worth watching, especially on video. I wish, hello, SiriusXM, get your app fixed. But also, show us the Jeff Lewis video live. Like, y'all don't edit it. If he can go out live and doesn't have a 10-second delay, why can the video not go out live? You know what I mean? Like, how is audio any different? The video is so good. Not every time, but the commercial breaks were so good. Beverly D'Angelo yesterday, she would answer a question. Yes, I loved We Care as she was saying this. She also said no to something else. I don't remember what it was, but oh my gosh, the commercial breaks. She gave just the most sincere, realistic. Hello, Bravo and Cocktails. How are you? Y'all know you're my news source. She gave the best advice, but also just very heartfelt. But like she didn't just kiss Jeff's ass. She really gave good advice on the Housekeeper drama, the Monroe drama, raising Monroe, lots of really good stuff. And anyways, the commercial breaks were oh, Luna. Hold on, Luna wants out. She can get in, but she can't get out. What do you hear? What do you hear? It's Wednesday, so there's no lawn guy, there's no pool guy, there's no trash or recycle. I don't know what she could want out for, but she heard something, so she's got to be nosy. Anyway, so that is my plea to SiriusXM. Somebody just said in the Facebook group that their app on the TV. So don't forget, you can also watch Jeff Lewis live video on your smart TV. Just if you don't have SiriusXM, just add that app. It is so good, but honestly, it's so many different clicks. I can do it in like 2 seconds on my phone. So even though I'd rather not watch it on my phone, I'd rather watch it on TV. Also on my phone, I can put the AirPods in. So if I'm in a living room with, somebody else, or if I'm running an errand, if I'm getting groceries, if I'm at the door, whatever, I can listen to it. Whereas my phone, is there a way? You know what? It seems like my husband thought some headphones, like old school 1980 big headphones, he thought they were going to be smart and like hook up to our TVs. If anyone knows of something like that, send it to me. Because sometimes I would just rather listen to the TV. I can go to sleep with anything. My husband goes to bed with Westerns on every night. Literally, he watches Westerns, which drives Luna crazy because if she happens to look, which thankfully she doesn't normally at night, it's like horses and stuff. And then Luna will go berserk. So anyways, wait, how are y'all in comments? Cecily says, I've got a Bloody Mary on a Wednesday. Wait, what time is it where you're at? You are such a chump. Oh my goodness. Shout out everybody. Oh, you watch it on your laptop. I never thought about that, but my laptop stays up here in the podcast closet. So, I don't have a laptop. I just have a desktop. Anyways, Jet says, Sarah, did you see today Kelly talked about meeting that girl Annie at Jeff Lewis? Okay, you're talking about Kelly Dodd, not my former co-host, I'm assuming. Kelly Dodd. Someone told me that they watched it and she said something about it. But usually people DM me stuff. I'm a little behind on my DMs. My housekeepers normally come on Tuesdays at a certain time, and they switched it and came today at a little bit later time. So my schedule's a little bit off whack. I know that's not a big deal, but I'm just saying my schedule's a little bit off whack. But I did hear something about that. What did she say? Like she met her? Jeff did talk about it a little bit today. He didn't really say why Sam left. The last one he said Kian left because he thought he had a better opportunity. And he was even saying, but even after he left, he still invited him to like Thanksgiving. I think there was a party he invited, they were still friendly-ish. I have Sam didn't seem as social. I take that back. Kian was very shy. I met him a couple times. He was very shy. Like I chatted with him a little bit once because I think he had COVID and I said something like, glad you're feeling better. And I think he told me he had COVID or something. But he was pretty shy. Didn't seem to love the limelight and want to be on the radio, which I kind of almost think somebody that works for Jeff and is on video and not necessarily doing his reels, because that has nothing to do with it, but I think he needs that personality to use them for content, but also he likes people around him to hang out and chat with, right? So I think, Annie's probably going to be a great fit for that. Jet says, do you think Annie will start to go on mic? I mean, I'm assuming that, he definitely talked about her more today. They did not discuss, they just kind of, was it Ryan? We'll talk about it in a second. Ryan joked about that they got her off of what's the app they talk about? The hiring app, whatever that app is, but I don't know how it came about. I don't know. I don't know. Jen Kelly Mom on TikTok says, not reality, but I'm a Dancing with Stars fan. Last night with Inventing Anna, the crowd turned on her. Well, good. No offense. Well, no, I'm not even going to say no offense. Thank you for tapping the screen and sharing the live over on TikTok. I really appreciate it. Let's get to 10,000 likes. I appreciate it. And make sure you hit the thumbs up, ZipRecruiter, and the like button. I mean, I didn't watch the Anna Delvey videos or movies or reenactments, whatever it was. I don't really know much about her, but except that she's a scammer and a criminal and still on house arrest or whatever you call it. So I don't know. I don't understand what the fascination is. Also, Gypsy Rose, like it's kind of gross that they're getting rewarded for all of this. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's already on Dancing with Stars. She was on last night. I saw a picture of her bedazzled, which who does that? Like, did she do it? Does it come off? Does it not come off? Is it going in the shower? Like, I have so many questions about this ankle bracelet thing. Anyways, I'm not a Dancing with the Stars fan. I probably won't even watch to vote for Tori Spelling, who I love. Jen Kelly Mom says that Tori Spelling was nervous. She's doing a really good job. I do follow her on Instagram about promoting it and asking people to vote. She probably had a bunch of her friends there last night. I guess MJ, a lot of the traders were there. Dorinda was there. I mean, Tamra Judge was there. So I think they do all of that because Dancing with the Stars not uses, but uses, promotion, marketing, whatever you want to call it, and says, hey, we're inviting you here, but we want you to post about it, right? Because if not, I wouldn't hear so much about Dancing with the Stars because I don't watch regular TV like that. And I also don't watch Dancing with the Stars in particular. So Mary says, I really don't get these people scamming, murder, etc. now on TV. Like, how is this possible? Because what's that rule that there used to be where you couldn't be a convicted criminal and then write a book or do a movie or sell merch and make money off of it? These are absolutely making money off of it. The social media of Gypsy Rose, the market, the other stuff she's done, she's definitely making money. And so going live on TikTok, I don't know, where does it stop? Like, you want people to come out of jail and be a productive citizen and make money. But I guess I thought that would be, it gets tricky, right? Because they're making money off their name. So it just changes everything, right? Because people's name now is their social media. If somebody's famous, like Hawk Tua Girl, she didn't even have social media currently at the time she said the Hawk Tua thing on the streets of Nashville. And now she's got a PR person and a blah, blah, blah. And she's going with celebrities and paid appearances. She's got a podcast that would have never, she's got Instagram and TikTok. That would have never happened. So Lisa loves dogs, loves Dancing with the Stars. Dancing with the Stars makes me smile. It's 2 hours. Oh, shit. Makes me smile for the whole 2 hours. It's so exciting for me. Stony Kill Official on TikTok says Anna Delvey will always be a scammer. Now, I do love how and how Shane uses Anna Delvey's voice, but I guess it wasn't a documentary about her. It was a reenactment. So I just can't watch a reenactment about her. You know what I mean? Michael Riley says I watch it on fast forward. That's not a bad idea. That's kind of how I got these 90-day fiancés that are 2 hours. I got to kind of skim through them. Okay. Let's chat about yesterday. Because like I said, there's really no celebrity news unless you tell me something in comments you want to chat about. Y'all know my news is from Bravo and Cocktails, TMZ, and Page Six. So unless it's one of my, celebrities that I follow on what have you. I don't think I can say that word, the P word about people. So people in prison. Anyways, okay, Tuesday's Jeff Lewis Live. I didn't get to listen to all of it yesterday. So I did end up watching it on the app. The commercials were so good. I will tell you once again, because I get this in the DM all the time. How do we watch the videos? The only way you can watch the videos is if you have a subscription to the SiriusXM. Download the app, then use the search button, the little magnifier, and put in Jeff Lewis video. That is available around 6 or 7 p.m. Central Time at night. Don't exactly know, but they tape the pre-show. They sometimes chat. They talk during the commercials. Sometimes, not always. They talk during the after show. So it's really good. Some days are better than others, but I felt like Monday and Tuesday both had a lot of good stuff during the commercials. Kelly and Rick were talking about Gage and details on that. Jeff gave some details about how much money court would have cost if they would have gone forward with something. And that's why Jeff ended up settling. So I think I put that information in the Sarah from Texas Facebook group, but I can't remember. And then Tuesdays, Joey and Beverly D'Angelo were so good. Like, she is so beautiful. I even sent my husband, well, he was right next to me as I was watching the video on my phone. And I was like, look at Beverly D'Angelo. I was like, the lady from the Chevy Chase movies is how I said it. Thank y'all for tapping the screen over there, Sinead. I appreciate it. I ain't talking about Diddy. I already said that's just too much. That's a no, nothing worth talking about with him. Bleh, bleh, bleh. Oh, we can talk about Mariah Carey a little bit. So I did hear when I was going to McDonald's this morning for breakfast, because I did get a little hair at my arse. And well, I guess the schedule was off because I like to be out of the house when the cleaners are here. And so I got out of the house on today. Anyways, I didn't have any errands planned because, anyways, and went to McDonald's. And so I heard, was it Smith Sisters? It had to have been. Who the hell was I listening to? Could have only been her. They were talking about Mariah Carey and how much 18 million or something in loan she has, or what is it called, against her mortgage. Now, I guess her mortgage, her house, apartment, whatever, is worth like 30 million. So she's still doing okay. And I guess she has a New York residency coming up. But they were talking about, was this Rick and Kelly talking about it? Because people DM me that Rick and Kelly were talking about, was that today or yesterday? Y'all DM me some really good information, but somebody was telling me to listen to her after she talked about her vitamins or something. And I was like, I don't know when she talks about her vitamins. So I know they do commercials on their show because I used to, or ads, but I didn't know what that meant. Something about Mariah Carey and how much, she was doing something. Like, I guess she has a residency or something. I don't know what they were talking about in Las Vegas. I mean, would I go see Mariah Carey? I think I would. No, not if the tickets were a lot. Maybe they'd be a lot. Maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't. Thank you for tapping the screen over there. I appreciate it. Okay. Yesterday, Beverly D'Angelo, beautiful. She's got 23-year-old twins. I think they're boy and a girl. She must have been divorced because she talks about the struggles that Jeff can relate to of a 2-household parenting and how challenging that is. She also had a different set of nannies, which I wasn't even sure that Gage has nannies, but Jeff said, yes, we have different nannies. So maybe at this point, Jeff or Gage does have nannies. I don't know. But when Jeff was talking about the housekeeper drama with Maria, when I tell you, you need to go watch that Jeff Lewis video, Shane's face is like, Shane does not like Maria. I don't think. I think he wants her gone. Like, I think he's just waiting till she messes up. He said things, the look on his face. I mean, he was just, y'all probably heard it on the radio, but when I tell you watching the video is 1,000 times better, it is 1,000 times better. Maybu says, Mariah reminds me of being a teenager. It's so nostalgic. Still love her music. Yeah, I mean, I'm older than you apparently, Maybu, but I mean, her music is very singable. So I would agree with that. She's a very interesting person. I watched, wasn't there a documentary on her where she like sleeps till 11 p.m. and then wakes up and then she's up all night? And I'm like, then how does she ever see her twins? Like, I don't know. Maybe she doesn't do that anymore. It was interesting. Is it from Robert De Niro? Wait, what? She never mentioned her husband's name, ex-husband. I don't think. Southern Belle Cell says, I think Beverly's twins are from Robert De Niro. And now he's got a baby, right? At like 83 or something. Wow. That's interesting. Wow. Very interesting. Okay. So yesterday's story was that Jeff was in a pissy mood about his housekeeping. The lamp was turned or something was wrong. Seems minor, but his closet was messy. So he takes a picture of them and sends it to Maria because she was the one working. Maria then sends it to Aurora, basically saying, fix this. Now, I don't understand if it was Maria texting Aurora and saying, hey, go fix these things for me since you're the one working right now, or if it's like Shane and Jeff believe that Maria was blaming Aurora because I think they had switched schedules or something. So then they were saying, that's not when I did it. But he reads the text. I mean, even Beverly D'Angelo was like, it sounds like you want to fire her. Like she is scared of you. She used the words, it's fear-based lying because Jeff tells a story. Thank you, Mary, for giving me a treat on YouTube. Thank you so much. It's fear-based lying. Like she was like, look, I don't want to lose my job. Jeff goes into a lot of details that I'm not sure, his accountant wants him to, but it was good stuff that she's on his payroll, which also means she can qualify for, what's it called? When you get fired versus quitting, she can unemployment. Also, he's got insurance in case they were to ever get injured or something like that. So he calls Aurora. I mean, Jeff's always going to get to the bottom of it, or sometimes. He calls Aurora. Aurora is like, no, here's the text she wrote to me. Then he says that Maria wrote, which it kind of did sound like an AI, or she got some really smart friend to write something for her, like I'm sorry, everything was senior. I'm sorry that I did that. This won't happen again. This was this. I mean, it was very whatever. Go back and listen to it if you haven't listened to it. Then they start talking about the leaf blower. Good Lord, twice a day. Even Joey and Beverly D'Angelo were both like, you've got your housekeepers doing your yard work. And they're like, well, it's not really yard work. Now, don't forget from flipping out. Who remembers them not just cleaning up the dog poop? Because I do think that's important. I mean, if you've got the money, if you've got the whatever, if you're walking where your dogs poop, like I'm not walking where my dogs poop. Our yard is very deep. I know where she goes. She's got her favorite spots. Nobody's walking around there. But if we have people over, whatever, we do go clean it up. But other than that, it just dries up and goes into the dirt or whatever. But he's got these flowers, these trees that he wants to cut down. And twice a day, they go and blow the leaf blower. And he's like, well, it's fun. And so I guess Maria forgot to plug it in. And he was reminding her to do that. Can you even imagine being employed by Jeff Lewis? I mean, I would be on pins and needles all the time. I sort of wonder, they have to listen to the radio show, right? Or friends or family, or, people have to know that Zoila is Aurora's sister, and Aurora, and then, Maria, wherever she came from. I don't think she's related to any of them. But you have to know that that he talks about them on the radio. I would just die. Like, wow. But Shane acts very mad at Maria. I mean, he just seems to want her. Beverly gave him such good advice, though. Like, very, she's had issues with Housekeeper. She told a story, wow, of that she was about to pay, maybe she did pay for her housekeeper's husband's funeral. Then she finds out the housekeeper, who, I don't know, I'm assuming, when you have someone in your house, especially a rich celebrity, that is like a whole other level of trust. You got to be trusting that person is not telling your business, taking pictures of your dirty underwear, oh, the dishes were in the sink, all the nonsense. So I assume she trusted her. And then she finds out this housekeeper of hers is set up a GoFundMe for the funeral. So she was kind of milking it both. I mean, just crazy. Rebecca says they have to sign NDAs, probably, yet he can broadcast everything about them. This is a no for me. That's true. He has said his people sign NDAs. You're right. What's an NDA mean? I don't know what it means. You're limited to talking about. You know what I mean? T with Tam, did you mean I could or I could not? T with Tambo says I could work for Jeff. I mean, wow. Yes. And I think that Southern Belle says walking on eggshells. I think even Beverly D'Angelo said something like that. Like they're nervous. You know what I mean? Oh, I love that. What a chump. Jen Callymom on TikTok says, I gave my housekeeper 4 cases of champagne for her daughter's sweet 16th. Sweet for the adults, I hope. For the tables. I love her. Very cute. Very sweet. Non-disclosure agreement. No, I know, but what does it entail? Like, what does that mean? You literally can't say anything. You can't say things about their personal life, things about their, I don't know what it means. You know what I mean? Cecily says she couldn't work for Chomps. Hey, Robin, you've been gone for a while, probably working the airlines. Anyways, it was very good advice on the commercial breaks, on the radio. I thought she was so fun. She said that she wants to come back. She doesn't even care about getting $500. Like, I would have her on weekly. I feel like her and Joey were great together because obviously they spent week here. So they kind of bonded at that, right? So, but like Michael Hitchcock again today, I feel like Michael Hitchcock is becoming a Doug. I don't mean he's taking over Doug because he's not. But I think Doug was traveling this week with not the Trace Amigos of it all, with Vicky Gumbelson and Shannon Bedore. I don't remember where they were, but they showed some videos of them, like fans talking and such. So he was busy with that. But Michael Hitchcock, I think, can just come in with anyone. I love his little stories. I love that he takes the jabs. I love that he has, I don't even know if he was kidding today when he said he did heroin for 15 years. I'm like, is that a joke, or were you really on heroin for 15 years? Like, I don't know. I don't know much about Michael Hitchcock, but I think if you're living in a rich area, you're doing okay, but not that means drug people. Oh, I did listen to Andy Cohen a little bit this morning, and then I went and picked up McDonald's before they stopped serving breakfast. His mom loves shaved his beard, and he also said that, which I think looks really good. Did I reshare it last night? I think I meant to. I don't know if I did. Did I reshare Andy Cohen's? It doesn't matter. Y'all can watch him on Bravo Andy. Salt Lake City starts tonight. I am so bummed that this shingles of it all has prevented me from watching the secret lives of Mormon wives. I feel like I need it to watch Salt Lake City. Like, I feel like something's going to go on. Like I saw a video of, Nat. I love Nat. Make sure you're following her on Instagram and TikTok. Nat. And she made a video basically saying how this is going to tie into maybe some rumors about some fighting on Twitter, maybe, of the real Salt Lake housewives fighting about like secrets of doing stuff. Why is my TikTok restricted? Somebody restricted my TikTok. So maybe because I said the word, TikTok is so, stop turning me in if you're turning me in. Anyways, you have to be very careful what you say. Yet I see some really crazy stuff on TikTok. Plus I have this set for 18 and up. So it should be set for 18 and up. Anywho, please tap the screen because that'll tell TikTok that you're a-okay and my stuff is good. Okay. Maybu, I have one cousin who worked for Al Fayed's daughter and uncle who was Prince William's bodyguard for 10 years. Neither ever repeated anything because of loyalty. Yeah, I think some people like Justin Sylvester, who we'll talk about, who worked for Kris Kardashian for 10 years, Kris Jenner, sorry, for 5 years. Sorry, I'm all backed out because when I get that notification that TikTok, I'm just like so bummed. I'm like, stop it. Stop. Leave me alone, TikTok. I think some people are cut out for being an assistant. They've got the thick skin, they've got the privacy, they've got the respect, the loyalty, which, obviously Shane is cut out for because now he's 4.5 years into being with Jeff. So, okay. So Kelty Knight was supposed to be on. I don't know if she's at the doors of Marshall's like they were teasing. She said she had a family emergency. She is kicking herself. She just got Jeff to let her know that he's going to come on Lady Gang. I even went to her TikTok on Lady Gang and commented, said, "Oh my God, Jeff Lewis just said he's going to go on your show." I don't know that she saw it or not, but she and Justin Sylvester are really good friends. So I love that he works only 3 hours a day on E! News at night, and he was able to come on and fill in for her because he's really good friends with her, but he really promoted the heck out of this lady world. Like, I'm not a Lady Gang listener. I think I would probably like it, but it kind of makes me want to go to Destin, Florida and hang out for the weekend next year. I don't know. I reshared the information on my Instagram story, so it will be out there for sure. Wait, what? Speaking, it's National Cheeseburger Day. 50-cent double cheeseburgers today with the app. McDonald's? I have the app. Y'all know I have the app. I have like 21,000 points. I can't use the points enough. It's ridiculous. I feel like I get free food on there all the time. Oh my God. Crazy. Cecily says those moron wives seem more real. I haven't watched the show, but I watched a couple of the ladies on Shenanigans. I am shocked at how much, I don't even know what's true. I say the main girl, because there's kind of rankings between the secret wives, the secret lives of Mormon wives. That Taylor girl is like one of the top girls, whatever. But I guess people are saying, like, don't forget she used to lie and say she was like a 40-year-old woman. And some other mom was like taking TikToks right next to her kid in the NICU. I mean, I don't know. They've got some interesting Taylor. Is that what I said? Interesting history. Anyways, let me know in comments. Are you a lady ganger and are you going to Lady World? How much does it cost? Let me know. I mean, Destin, Florida is beautiful. Y'all know, if y'all been with me a while, y'all know I went a couple of summers ago with one of my kids and her best friend and her mom. And we stayed on Miramar Beach. So Justin said to do Rosemary Beach. So that must be the expensive, the rich people. But we did Miramar Beach and it was just perfect. The water was beautiful. Doreen says, are you still watching Plathville? It got so lame for me. It's way down on my recordings. Like that's going to be with Salt Lake City starting tonight. I mean, at least $1 Million Listing LA stopped. That one was over. But I don't know. I'll watch it eventually. That's one of those that like Sunday afternoon, if the husband's taking a long nap, then I'll be like, let me just watch something. But I don't know. You got to prove to me that it's worth. Lori says, I love Miramar. It's the cleanest beach I've been to. The water was beautiful. It looked very Caribbean. And I have been to the beaches that they claim are so pretty different times of the year in Orange Beach and different times of the year in Panama City. I think we went Pensacola. And I was like, this looks like Galveston. It's like, so I think it depends on when you get really good water. I got really good water 2 summers ago. It was amazing. Everyone's DMing me that as if I know anything about Justin Martindale and why he's not on. Robin says, where has the other Justin been on Jeff Lewis Live? I don't know anything about that. I know we talked about this a week or 2 ago when Jeff started to say something about why somebody wasn't on, and then he either got interrupted, maybe someone gave him a look. I didn't watch the video of that part. I don't know. But I know based on Justin's Instagram, he is in Hawaii right now with his boyfriend, Evan. I don't know if that's real time. Because, I mean, I don't know that people post in real time. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to DM him and ask him, like, because I don't care if he's in Hawaii right now or if he's going in a couple of days. So I don't know. Survivor starts tonight too. Oh my God. I was an OG Survivor watcher with my family and husband. What's it? Whisk and Sugar says, Sarah, we all get those on TikTok. Don't stress. I'm a cooker and get it all the time. Oh, you're getting restricted things. Yeah, crazy. Thank you for letting me know. Whisk and Sugar by Tracie, Tracie. Make sure to follow her if you like cooking, because don't follow me for cooking. Although, when I get done here, guess what I'm going to do? Eat this lunch that I've taken a picture of before, but today I did a video, so I'm going to put that together whenever I get the chance. I don't know, maybe next month, but of me making one of my favorite lunches with avocado, pico de gallo, and tuna. And then I ran out of time. I'm like, oh my God, it was 1:53, and I was like stuffing it in my mouth, so I had to throw it in the fridge. But I did make a video of me making that to show y'all. That's my idea of cooking. And I did make the crock pot yesterday of the chuck roast and vegetables. That meat was so incredibly fatty, and I love fatty meat, but it was so fat, and it was an Angus. I get my meat from Walmart. It was an Angus chuck roast. Oh, it was so fatty. Too fatty for me. Okay, back to it. Justin is on E! News. He was partying with Paris Hilton at 21. So I don't know if anyone knows his life story. He grew up in Destin, so I'm assuming he was a child of privilege. I don't know. Don't know where he went to college. Don't know if he went to college. Don't know anything. I know he wanted and manifested, and it happened that he worked for Kris Jenner, her assistant, for 5 years. She's talked about this too with him. He wanted to work at E! News, and he is. But there was one job he wanted. He wanted a reality check, and he didn't even want a paycheck for it. Why? I don't listen to reality check. I just don't have the time. When it comes on, it's, my kids are home from school already, so it's too much. And I don't really get anything from it. I'm already anyways, I'm not going to make excuses for them. But is Dorinda good on it? Like, I don't even know. How did Dorinda make it? Like, what scoop does she have on Andy Cohen? I feel like there's got to be something there. I feel like it's something, right? Why did Justin not make it? Like, he thought he was going to get a bit on Reality Check. Like, I wonder what the ratings were. Remember, they went months whenever Amy Phillips left. Then they had all these people. So at one point we thought, what's the guy that Jeff hates? There's so many. The guy that does the podcast, Matt Rogers. We thought Matt Rogers might make it. I don't think he did. Maybe he was too busy. I don't know. But he really wanted to be on Reality Check. I don't even think he wanted to get paid. Michael Hitchcock is so good on Jeff Lewis with any co-host. I said it right there. Michael Hitchcock for president or something. I don't know. Anyway, so good. But he brings up that House of Pies is not a good place to go on a date. I don't go to House of Pies a lot, but it's something that's been around in Houston for decades. It is kind of like a fancy IHOP, if you will. Like, that's my take on it. I did go there with a friend and her husband months ago, and we ate like a late night meal. It was fun. They go there like once a month. It was crazy. Shout out Bisham. You know how you are if you're listening. And it's not terrible, but I didn't know they were nationwide. I thought it was locally owned. So to hear that there's a House of Pies in LA, I had no idea. Do y'all have them wherever you live? Thanks for the follow over there, Mick 900. LaKendra is fantastic on Wednesdays. I can't stand Dorinda. I can't decide if I like that there's different people on different days. Maybe I feel like Dorinda is like listening to shows and watching shows that she doesn't normally want to watch, but she has to recap them. Like, are they only recapping shows that they're highly invested in and know and like follow because they want to, or because it's their job on Reality Checked? Or is she kind of doing like Make It Nice 2.0? I don't know. I called in once a couple weeks ago when she had just come back from filming The Traitors and asked her thoughts on the whole Sonia drama of it all. And she was, Jeff Lewis and all that. And she was like, I'm kind of out of touch because I've been gone, but it was interesting. Lisa Loves Dogs on TikTok says, Dorinda's too much. I don't really care about her. And she's so full of herself. I mean, she's getting a spinoff, right? She's getting a spinoff about her house. The what's it called? Bluestone Manor. Does she still sell liquor? What was that liquor called? A bourbon. She was selling a bourbon. I know she has merch. I mean, I don't know. God bless her, because I don't think she needs to work. God bless people that just work and they don't need to, because she seems to be a worker bee. Tiva Tambo says, I was getting ready to say I knew that Justin worked for Kyle, but I'd not heard Chris. Oh, wasn't he talking about Kris Jenner? Am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. I think he worked for Kris Jenner first, and then he worked for Kyle Richards, I think. Because I think I've seen a story on that or something. I don't know. Okay, real quick, Jeff did finally, it's only Wednesday. I guess she started Monday. Annie, but Sleuth figured it out before I even watched the video. Because on Monday, somebody put in the Sarah from Texas Facebook group and says, that is Annie. And I was like, what? Annie at Jeff? What are y'all talking about? And then we realized it's Annie. So he did say today that Sam's last day was on Friday. Annie started today. I guess her videos, I saw the Annie theme of it all, but I guess since I hired her first, she has I think every social media creator, what do they call it? Social media digital creator, digital video creator. She does reels, whatever you want to call it. They have a touch, right? Like my videos are my personality. I kind of do them the way I do them. Other podcasters do their videos a certain way. Like you kind of get everyone's feel for how they do things. But I think it's really good. So the proof will be in the pudding, right? Jeff is just going to look at numbers and see like how they're doing. But it's not always the video. You can be, what do you call it? Like shadow ban. Like he can get in trouble for that. It can be a matter of what day of the week it is. Like different people, more people are on the internet, apps, different days of the week. I mean, there's so much that goes into it. You know what I mean? But anyways, I wonder what Heather McDonald is thinking right now. Because I wonder how, I know Annie talked, it's in her April 3rd podcast. Because when I went to make a picture of her podcast, the description says, it's on the video I made about Annie. It says about, I'm talking about what Heather did to me and she accosted me. Annie used that word and she grabbed my wrist twice. So I guess she's able to talk about things. Maybe with an NDA. Oh, how much time do we got? We got plenty of time. Maybe with an NDA, you only are restricted. This makes sense to me. If I work for someone, I don't work for anybody, work for my damn self, work for my husband and my children and Luna. If I work for somebody from 2001 to 2003, and yet in 2010, I have interaction or a conversation with that person, maybe you can talk about it. Where are our smart chumps? Where's our attorneys? Where's somebody that can Google real quick? You know what I mean? So Michael Riley, you know everything, Michael Riley. Do people know okay, I don't know if people want to know your story. Okay, I won't say. Michael Riley knows a lot. While you're working for them. So that's why she could talk about it, because it was after that. The night that Jeff Lewis, other people were at Countess Luann, and Heather had a not so nice conversation with Annie, apparently. And Annie has talked about it on her April 3rd podcast called A to Z Age Gap or something like that. It's with her and her boyfriend. Go to Annie Sharp podcast or Instagram, or go to her podcast and listen to it. What else? Okay, he talked about the app again today. Fan Social app, 30 chumps so far. It'll be $500 and up, which kind of makes sense, right? You got to set if not, they're going to have lunch filled up every freaking day of the week. I mean, at some point they got to squeeze this in as you can. Kind of sounded like what Beverly D'Angelo said when Jeff said, hey, during a commercial break, which is why you got to watch the commercial breaks. He was saying, what do you want me to promote? And she was like, well, this movie. And she's like, well, that one's not that. That's the one. She made the face. He goes, this one's good, right? And she goes, yeah, it's great. I was like, yes, you have to watch the video. But he said, do you want me to promote your Cameo? And she's like, yeah. And then she and Shane started talking about how much they charge, how many they do. And she said at one point she lowered her price for Christmas, or maybe raised it. I forget what she said. She raised her price at Christmas, and then she didn't want to lower it back down and then, make people, you don't want to know somebody paid $50 and then they paid $20 and now they're paying $100. People start talking. It's kind of like what people tell me about the coffee read. Y'all will tell me the prices are very different now. And they vary depending on if they're live or virtual or traveling, all the things. So y'all tell me all that stuff because I don't look at their prices. But anyways, she says, I'd rather just keep the same price because it kind of all equals out. I'm paid more per Cameo now, but I have less requests. But then I have less work to do because I'm paid more. So it kind of balances out, if that makes sense. I'm not opposed to that. Tiffany Chump says I should interview Michael Riley on my podcast. Let's see what he would say. Michael Riley knows a lot. Wait, what? I remember I also had to sign an NDA when I spent those 3 weeks with Richard Simmons on the road. Michael Riley. I'm obsessed with that. You got to talk about that. Okay. A caller called in at the very end and said, Hollywood House of season 3, I hope it comes back. And Jeff says, dude, that's canceled. That's as dead as Daily Pop, which was a show on E that Justin Sylvester was on and got, canceled eventually. I feel like Zach Noe Towers was on Daily Pop also, and it got canceled right about when he started coming on on Jeff Lewis Live. Am I wrong on all that? Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for all the taps over on. We're at 7,800. Let's get to 10,000 taps. Just tap the screen. I could do it my damn self, but I don't even know if that counts. Does it count? Just tap the screen. It's free, please. Michael, you have to die first. Wait, is your child going to tell me the stories? How am I going to learn? I don't want you to die anytime soon. Will it be in your book, Michael? Oh, goodness. Man, Michael, call me in 30 minutes. Okay, let's talk about Jeff Lewis Extended, but I was doing a phone call because I had to get some information from I had to get an address for my bank. And I'm like, I don't know what your address is. There's no, you know what I mean? Who goes, Frankie? OMG. Sorry, y'all. Oh, Frankie, y'all OGs remember Frankie? He's back on Instagram. Look who's alive, he says. What the hell, boy? You better call me. Sorry, y'all. I have a soft spot for all of you, but when I don't hear from you in a while, I think you probably unfollowed me and just don't like me anymore. And I'm not going to be that girl to be like, oh, do you not like me anymore? You know what I mean? That's awkward. I did look up. I saw a comment. I normally don't. Somebody commented on my TikTok and said, HMMM under about Annie's video that she made from Monday or Tuesday. And so I thought, well, that's weird. Why are you saying, And so I quickly went to Jeff Lewis Instagram, found her video, maybe one or two. There was like 83 comments. So I skimmed them all. Most of them just said, whatever. They hate Kelly. They don't hate Kelly, because it was the one about Kelly. And one said, some comment, I was like, oh, I haven't talked to that person in a while. For some reason, I clicked on their profile and it said, follow. Didn't say follow back. And I'm like, oh, they've unfollowed me. Which, it's not that. It's just on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube. That's a very public way of saying, because you can look at my stuff all day long, without following me. And a lot of people do. But if you're friendly with me, which I've met this person in person multiple times, chatted with them on the phone multiple times, have their number in my phone, and it said follow. And I was like, what did I do? Like, seriously, I'm so dumped. Some people I've asked, like, just tell me what went wrong. And I've shared with y'all, some people have said I became collateral damage from people making fun of them for hanging out with me, which I don't even take pictures of people or post it or tag their account. So how that happened, I do not know. But anyways, it does affect me. Sorry, it does. I get attached to y'all and it hurts my feelings because you know what? That doesn't happen in my real life. I mean, I just don't have fallings out with people. I mean, I'm 51. I'm a girl. I mean, clearly I know a lot of people. Thank you for giving me a donut, Ashley. Appreciate it over on TikTok. Thank y'all for tapping the screen. 8,700. Let's get to 10,000. We've got 14 minutes left. Lisa Loves Dog says, you're not getting rid of me that easy. I better not. Thank you, Nick of Time. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for giving me even the penny roses. It's not that. It's the thought. It really, I love a penny. I love it. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. It's not the money for me. If I did this based on what I make, it's probably 2 cents an hour, like legit. It's so much time and energy, but I love it. Bravo and Stone says, I know non-compete contracts. Yes. Because I know companies that are into that, and I know how that works with non-compete contracts have expiration dates, which may have freed Annie up to work for Jeff Lewis. Oh, so an NDA, and she also might have had a non-compete. Interesting. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, Michael Riley's telling us all of his job stuff. Okay, I'll say it now that you're putting it on YouTube. Michael Riley was on TV for 11 years. I was a big fish in a small pond. He's being very conservative. He was very much a huge entertainment person on TV. Thank you, Cecily says, love you, Sarah. I've only known you for about a year. You know what? But when you connect with people about TV shows you love, a radio show, you spend time with them at an event, you talk to them on the phone or Instagram, you share DMs, y'all tell me, there's so many of y'all that I know so much about. Now, sadly, I keep being effed over by people that I would have never expected because they'll be super nice to me in a DM or in person or on the phone, and then they'll go and post something in a Facebook group. You know what I mean? Like, I support you all the time. And I'm like, no, you don't. You just lied about me. Wink, wink. The actions prove, not just what you tell me. Actions prove everything. And I'm a facts girl. But we're not going down that road anymore. No negativity. I'm just saying I've learned that I have to not share so much personal stuff with y'all because sometimes, sadly, y'all are using that to go, if I tell you I was sad yesterday, you'll be like, oh my God, Sarah told me she's depressed. I mean, you make it into something like totally whatever. And I'm like, okay. But y'all tell me things like that, when your dog passes away, when your mom has cancer, when your husband's going in for a surgery, and those are the things that I love about our friendships. So anyways. Oh, good. We're almost at 10,000 on TikTok. Thank you. Okay. MJ and Ryan Bailey were on Jeff Lewis Extended. Again, the app. Wah, wah, wah. I got to the last commercial break, so I heard a lot of it. MJ was at Dancing with the Stars audience last night. A lot of traders people. Dorinda was there too, but she flew out at midnight because you almost heard Jeff and Shane be like, wait a minute, Dorinda was in town. They're like, she flew out at midnight, but then he said, no, that was Johnny Bananas that flew out. So I don't know. They did talk about Xanax and the pros and cons. I've never seen a Xanax. I've never been prescribed one. I don't think my friends use them. I don't know. I've heard of people using a Xanax to calm themselves on an airplane. So I must have missed that because I don't know anything. I guess I missed Crafty Dodger saying Love Monroe Princess story on Extended. Wait. Oh, the aerial something or other. I do remember something about that. Anyways, MJ says Xanax is very addictive and she gets very depressed the next day. And Shane kind of seemed like he wasn't into that either. So I don't know. Let me know if you're Xanax pro or con, right? Nick of Time on TikTok says, did you cover Jeff talking about his house? Which house? That he lives in Hancock Park and how it won't. Oh, I know who you are. Oh, Nick. Hey. Sorry, I've met him. Okay. I won't say yes. I did not, but that was that on extended or regular? Anyways, Jeff updated us today and was complaining about HPOZ, which is like to keep the house in such standards of how it was. They're not, he just learned this morning, he's not allowed to have a gate of any fashion. So I don't know if the neighborhood is gated. I don't think it is because a couple of you have sent me pictures of his house. No, maybe. So one told me, the other ones I never asked. One told me they have a friend that lives in the neighborhood. And when she visits that friend, she took a picture of Jeff's house and sent it to me. And another one, I don't know if it's gated or not. I have no idea. Anyways, I think in this day and age, in 2024, oh, Nick's going to fill me in. Thank you. In 2024, if you can afford Hancock Park, which I have no idea, what did they say that house went for? It was all over the tabloids whenever it sold. I don't know what he paid for it. I think they should have a gate. I mean, I get it. It doesn't look like the 1960s house or whenever it was built, but you know, he doesn't even care, which he should. He doesn't even care about people walking up to his door. He cares about his dog getting out, the cats getting out, Monroe getting out. He wants a gated in area for her to probably ride her bike on the driveway. You know what I mean? That way, if a ball rolls out, she doesn't roll out to the, run out to the street, things like that, right? Lots of reasons. I mean, I know there's an HOA, which is somewhat similar to HPOZ. Am I saying that right, Nick? HPOZ. It's basically the architectural standards. So like making sure the windows look the same. The front door is similar. Like you can't change everything. You know what I mean? Am I saying that right? I don't know. Because our house, we have an HOA, but so we're limited on like colors. I can't have a pink house. But in some parts of Houston, you absolutely can have a pink house. And you can also have different rules on, like I can have an attorney office next to me in a house and then a regular house next door. You can't have an attorney living an attorney office. You can't have a business next door to me. You know what I mean? There's rules on that, but some people don't. So, Jeff talked about his teeth and the work he's been done. So I met Jeff. So when you're talking to Jeff, you can see his teeth. Okay. So I have seen his teeth denture, no, what are they called? Veneers and post veneers. He just doesn't, I love the veneers. They look really good. He does have very small teeth, but it fits his face and his size. Like I think they look really good. He still doesn't show them in pictures. Like y'all have seen the pictures. And sometimes I'll ask him, I'm like, will you smile? And he has, like the $10,000 dinner picture, he smiled. The December 23rd, Jeff Lewis live event in Irvine, he smiled for me. I think he smiled at Phoenix for me, but he doesn't, I think he's so used to the way he does it. I think it's just almost like a muscle memory. Like he doesn't even know how to show his teeth. And I'm like, dude, you paid $53,000 for these things. Like people want to see your teeth. Maybe people want to see his lips. I don't know. He's got a cute smile. I don't know why he doesn't smile and show those expensive teeth. But towards the end, MJ, Ryan was saying something to her. I don't even know what he was saying. I was putting my hair in a ponytail also. And MJ says, I want Tommy to lose weight and I want him to get a hair transplant. And Ryan Bailey was like, wow, you basically said that your husband has a good personality. And she was like, well, and she said, he's funny, but he thinks he doesn't need to lose weight. And he thinks he doesn't need a hair implant, but he does. He thinks he's attractive and he's not. And I'm like, oh my God. I don't know. I can't imagine saying that about my husband on the worldwide Jeff Lewis Live extended. And I mean, because he's a public figure too. Everyone remembers him from Shaw's the Sunset. Everyone hears him on MJ's Till the Dirt with him. Jeff's ASU Spy Girl says Jeff has a great laugh. Oh my God, his laughs are the best. They really are. I mean, that's what I love is when he's chatting and laughing, and when he calls Shane Shaney on the Jeff Lewis commercials. I think it's so cute. And he did that on Monday and Tuesdays. I don't remember which one. Anyways, oh my gosh. Wait, how do you see 11.3? I see 10.1. Thank you for us having all these hearts on TikTok. Tapping the screen. Appreciate it. Anyways, okay, we have 4 minutes. We'll leave it for open-ended questions. Pink house. Oh, I would love to make a pink house. Oh, good question. Sarah, when you met Jeff the first time, were you nervous? No. I don't know why not. I just wasn't, because it was more like just a meet and greet where he had the first time I met Jeff, I'd already called into the radio show and I'd said something about me being trashed so drunk from my 30th high school reunion. Now we stayed at a hotel with my friends in the same room, so I wasn't driving anywhere, but I was trashed at my 30-year reunion. This guy, they had 2 tickets that came with your ticket to the reunion. And this guy that I went to high school with, shout out Adrian, kept giving me and my friend Amy, not the other girls. They weren't giving Amy and Sandy drinks. They were giving me and my other friend Amy and me tickets. And they just, you take that one too many drinks and then it's just woo. I was woo. Anyway, so I called on the radio and said something about that. And he brought me and Cheryl from Van Ice the drinks, like the drink aid or something like that. It tasted awful. He brought that and said, where are y'all at? And we came up at the show, and I think got it from him at the Irvine, no, the Burbank show, November 2021. But the VIP ticket was after the show. So we all stayed after the show if we had a VIP. I'm trying to think. If we had a VIP, and then we took a picture with him, like in front of a step and repeat thing. And you chat for like 2 seconds, take the picture, then you walk away. And then this outdoor patio at the Flappers comedy store was outside this outdoor patio. And that's where Shane, Monica wasn't there, I don't feel like. Megan was there. Doug was there. Oh my gosh. Jameson, Alyssa. I'd seen Alyssa. We met her. I didn't know what Alyssa looked like at the time. At that time, November 2021, I either wasn't following people or I wasn't following everybody. So I didn't know how people knew what Alyssa looked like because there was no video at that time. Now I know people followed all those people. So people follow Oscar the Voice. People follow Naya. People follow Alyssa. And so someone with me recognized Alyssa behind us and we chatted with her. She ended up going to the back, the green room, and not really in the audience, but she was in the green room. Mary says MJ needs to stop commenting about her husband on Jeff's show. Well, I always say it. MJ is good TV and she will spill it. She doesn't hold back. I don't think she's produced. Some of the stuff with her and Jamie felt a little produced. I didn't love that, but that was more coming from Jamie, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Sarah says, I wouldn't know what to say to someone at a meet and greet. Well, you can always think of something that's relatable to you. Like if he's talking about, having co-parenting issues, you can be like, oh my God, I've got an asshole ex-husband too, or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think you can, but I don't know. I can talk to a wall. It's a gift or a curse. Shout out. Anyways. Ooh, good question. Why doesn't Jeff like Alyssa? I think Jeff really does like Alyssa. I think there's things about her job that make her have to not be so friendly. And I think he just calls her out. But in general, I absolutely think Jeff likes Alyssa. I think she gives it back to him. And she's very fun and not fun. Fun's not a good word for Alyssa. She's a little bit serious. She's cool. She's a cool chick. Does that make sense? Alyssa's a cool chick. I don't think she follows me anymore either. I mean, the unfollow of the chumps was like, who knows? Maybe it's because she's not on the radio anymore. Who knows? Southern Belle Cell says, Sarah, you've never met a stranger. And that's true. You know what? And my brother and my dad are the exact same way. We go somewhere and we know someone knows us. We've met them before. They know us, whatever, or we just chat with them. If it's the cashier, if it's someone next to us, you know what I mean? Is MJ still married? I haven't been following her. Yes, Terry. Yes. I don't listen to Till the Dirt. I just don't have the time. So I don't know if that feels any different. But for months, I might say 6-ish months, she has kind of mentioned some little twings in the marital situation, but nothing like divorce or nothing like that. But you never know. Now looking back at like Bella Garcia, is that her name? Nikki Bella? What's her name? One of the twins from the wrestling, the WWE. Now looking back that she posted this amazing, like, anniversary Instagram love of her life, blah, blah, blah. And then a week or two less than that later, there was this awful situation with her husband. And now they're divorcing and fighting over custody and all the things. It makes you wonder what people really put out there. And I understand that. I mean, put out what you want to put out and don't talk about things you don't want to. I don't think she has any obligation to put out anything either way. Is she on TV anymore? I don't even know. Dolly Girl says, did you hear MJ's response to Ryan's Botox question about MJ's husband? I think that's what I just chatted about him he needs to lose weight and get a hair transplant. Okay, we're going to wrap it up Bravo and Stone says it's been more than 6 months of flags on the field with MJ. Uh-oh. Oh, I love that. Libby on TikTok says, I went to the same high school as Tommy and grew up near where he did. Love that. Terry says, does her mom live with MJ and her husband? No. She lives in Beverly Hills and drives over as often as she does. But I think she likes having her own house, and she's talked about that. Yeah, Lisa Loves Dog says, I'm just glad Nikki Bella got away from John Cena. The reality show is really weird, really picky. Gosh, and my kid went through a Christmas that everything he wanted was that John Cena, you can't see me, all that merch and the wrestling, wristbands and all that merch. You know what I mean? Anyways, okay. I love that. Sarah says, I can chat for England too, but I know I would embarrass myself by fangirling out. I mean, I just don't fangirl. I don't know why. I guess I see them as normal people. I mean, I love how everybody says I'm obsessed. I'm not really obsessed with these people. You know what I mean? I just see them as normal people. Anyways, thank you so much for joining live. If you're listening or watching on a replay, shout out, make sure to follow, like, thumbs up, comment, all the things, share if you're lucky enough to have a friend or a family member who loves celebrity gossip, reality TV, Jeff Lewis, all the things. Tomorrow we will definitely chat Salt Lake City, so be prepared. Unless I fall asleep. I did take migraine medicine again today, but I'm not taking it at night, so I should watch Salt Lake City tonight. Anyways, bye y'all. Bye Chumpats. Thank you for being amazing, and thank you for opening yourself up to getting to know each other. I love our community. I love that y'all look forward to our time together every day. And I love that y'all get to know each other even better in person, on the phone, at events, in the Jeff Lewis, the Sarah from Texas Facebook group. There is an event coming up in Houston very soon, September 27th. Whether you buy a ticket or not, you can meet us for dinner or drinks before in downtown-ish area, Hobby Center it's called. And that information is under events on the Sarah from Texas Facebook group. So if you are someone you know or in the Houston area or can be there Friday, September 27th, go to that events tab and click RSVP because we would love to meet up. If not, we are going to the Danae Hayes show after that. So if you don't know who Danae Hayes is, scroll down and look at my stories. Okay, bye, Chumpets. Thank you for being awesome. Bye, TikTok. Bye, Instagram.